Good morning, class 7th. Welcome again. And we learned Mughal emperors, the Mughaliya Sultanate. So last day we learned a little bit about the time of Babur and Humayun's time, and now a little bit we learn to Akbar's time. Okay, so in 1526 the battle of first Panipat first. Mughaliya Sultanate, you can say, established in Delhi. Okay, then Humayun faced a little bit revolt, uh, and we saw new dynasty established there, that is called uh, Shur dynasty. Yeah, we can say Sher Shah Shuri was the founder of that particular dynasty. But in 1556 again, 1555, yeah, again Humayun recaptured Delhi. You can say received the help of Sabha Shah. He recaptured Delhi in 1555. Okay, and next year he was accidentally he was passed away. Okay, then Akbar's time and 1556 to 1605. One more battle is there, that is called the second battle of Panipat. Okay, and the Haldi Ghati also there. Okay, so we can learn from that one in our this session. Okay, so Mughal military campaigns. So started from the Babur. Okay, so Babur was the first Mughal emperor, 1526 to 1530. There, his timeline is there. Okay, succeeded to the throne of the Fargana in 1494 when he was only 12 years old. Mention that one. Okay, why I mention, because we learn in Akbar time when the Akbar is only 13, he also became the king of Delhi plus the whole Hindustan of that time. Okay, and I'm not saying the whole Hindustan, including the south also. Okay, we are not talking about that one. So we are talking about only the Delhi and their nearest site. Okay, so now he was forced to leave his ancestral throne due to the invasion of another Mongol group, the Uzbeks. After a year of the wandering, he seized Kabul in 1504. Where is the Kabul? Kabul in nowadays in Afghanistan, the capital of Afghanistan. Okay. In 1526, he defeated the Sultan of Delhi, Ibrahim Lodi, at Panipat and captured Delhi and Agra. So, which year? This year. Okay. 1526. The first battle of Panipat. How many battles of Panipat was held in history? We have 3 battle of Panipat. Okay. Now, first of all was win by Babur, and who was defeated? Ibrahim Lodi. He was the last ruler of Delhi Sultanate. Okay. Now, table first charts some of the major campaign of the Mughals. Study it carefully and see if you can notice any long-term patterns. You will notice, for example, that the Afghans were an immediate threat to the Mughal authority, not the relationship between the Mughals and the Ahoms, the Sikh, and the Mewar and Marwar. How was the Humayun relationship with the Safavid Iran different from the Akbars? Did the annexation of the Golconda and Bijapur in Aurangzeb reign in the hostility in the Deccan? So, what is their military campaigns? We can learn about that one. Okay, so now we have one more chart we have. Okay, so earlier we learned about the till Akbar. Okay, now we learned about the Jahangir time. Military campaign started by the Akbar continue the Sisodia ruler of Mewar. Amar Singh accepted Mughal service. Less successful campaigns against the Sikh, the Ahoms, and Ahmednagar followed. Prince Khurram, yes, one more character is there, Khurram, and we learned about the Khusro also. Okay, but Khusro was not very important here. Okay, Khurram. Khurram is the real name of Shah Jahan. The further Emperor Shah Jahan revealed in the last year of his reign the efforts of the Noor Jahan, Jahangir's wife, to marginalize him were unsuccessful. Okay, so here also you can say they are not giving their throne to a very good manner. Okay, so it means that the every ruler have struggled. Okay, Humayun also, then Akbar have the, yeah, you can say gifted by the help of the Bayram Khan the throne, but Jahangir also revealed. Okay, Jahangir also known as Salim, and in the last day of the Akbar's, the last days, Jahangir also revolted him. Okay, against the Mughal Sultanate. Same, Jahangir also faced such type of the problem by the Prince Khurram. Okay, one more thing I will also mention here, the Khusro also. Khusro also the son of Jahangir, first wife. Okay, but it's unfortunately he was die. Okay, yeah, you can say the struggle of succession, he was die. Now Shah Jahan, 1626 to 1655, very interesting character. Okay, and very loving character for the monuments, you can say. Okay, who are very loved for the that type of the monuments. We are in this time we have, okay, like Taj Mahal, Jama Masjid, and which one very famous, Lal Killa, Red Fort. So Mughal campaign continued in the Deccan under the Shah Jahan, the Afghan noble Khane Jahan Lodi. Okay, very simple way. That is called Khane Jahan Lodi. Rebelled and was defeated. Campaigns was launched against the Ahmednagar. The Bundels were the defeated, and Orcha seized. Orcha also a Suba. Okay, Suba means state. In the northwest, the campaign to seize bulk from the Uzbeks were unsuccessful, and Kandahar was lost to the Safavid. सफाविदों के पास चला गया. ठीक है. In 1632, Ahmednagar was finally annexed, and the Bijapur force sued for the peace. In 1657, 1658, there was conflict over the succession amongst the Shah Jahan sons. Aurangzeb was victorious, and his three brothers, including Dara Shikoh, were killed. Shah Jahan was imprisoned for the rest of his life in Agra. So all we know about that. Same pattern here also they follow. Okay, Shah Jahan having four daughter also, sorry, four son also. That is Aurangzeb, Dara, Suja, and Murad also. Okay, so Dara Shikoh was a you can say liberal ruler, but Aurangzeb was a very dominant nature for his. Okay, so finally, who was the successor? Finally, who got the throne? Throne gone to Aurangzeb, 1658-1707. The, you can say, the most critical and most conflicted. Yes. So in the northeast, and Ahom was defeated in 1663. Northeast, simply we try to understand about that one. In Assam area, okay, there the dynasty was called Ahom. Okay, but rebuilt again in the 1680s. Campaigns in the northwest against the Yusufzai and the Sikh were temporarily successful. Mughal intervention in the succession and internal politics of Rathore, Rajputs of the Marwar, led to their rebellion. Campaign against the Maratha chieftains Shivaji were initially successful, but the Aurangzeb insulted Shivaji, who escaped from Agra, declared himself an independent king, and resumed his campaign against the Mughals. Okay, so Shivaji Rao Gaikwad, you can say Shivaji Bhonsle, they are those Shivaji Bhonsle. Okay, so Prince Akbar also we can say Akbar II rebelled against the Aurangzeb and received support from the Marathas and the Deccan Sultanate. He finally fled to Safavid Iran. He also fled to Iran. Okay. Second one, in after Akbar's rebellion, Aurangzeb sent armies against the Deccan Sultanates. Bijapur was annexed in 1685 and Golconda in 1687. From 1698, Aurangzeb personally managed the campaign in the Deccan against the Marathas, who started guerrilla warfare. Okay, guerrilla warfare means not a war, face to face war is not they are fighting. Okay, they are fighting such type of the war. Suddenly they are attacking the persons, yeah, you can say the army of the Mughals, and they can destroy the everything. Okay, that is called guerrilla warfares. Aurangzeb also had to face the rebellion in the North India in the Sikh, Jat, and Satnamis. in the northeast of the Ahoms and in the Deccan of the Marathas. His death was followed by the succession conflict among his son. Same pattern here also. Okay, same thing. So Aurangzeb also died in 1707, and mention one thing you can notice that in this time the Britishers came India. Okay, in this time also, 1605, the East India Company was established in 1600. So they also face such type of the problem here. Which one is going on in the yeah, you can see the Marathas power is destroyed there. Okay, and Satrami also raised their power against the Aurangzebs. So his policy was not favorable for their one. So that's why. Okay, now military campaigns under Akbar and Aurangzeb. So we have two big characters here who have the time to explain. Yeah, you can say to capture the whole thing. Just like we can start from the Gujarat 1572, the time of Akbar, Malwa, time of Akbar also. Okay, and 1586 Kashmir also he captured. Okay, then Maratha Fatehpur Sikri also. Patna also in Bengal in 1574. Yeah, that time also in Akbar. Golconda 1687, and whatever the after the 16 they captured by whom? Aurangzeb. Okay, because that one is the south. Okay, so Akbar's campaigns you can see here and here. Okay, and when we talk about the Aurangzeb's capture, that one, and south is not favorable for him. uh, the historian said if he not going there, it not gone there if he was not gone there. So maybe possible we are not face he not face the Shivaji rebellion also there. Okay, so everything is going good, but Aurangzeb also dominated nature, what I also explained earlier. So it is the map of the that time of India, you can say. Okay, that is called Bharat. Okay, Hindustan. So all over thing till Kabul also we have, Kandahar also we have, Srinagar, Kashmir in 1586. Yeah, Akbar is the winner there. Okay, 1605 till, and Lahore also in their campaign. Okay, Sindh, all over area of that one is covered by their armies. Okay, now Mughal tradition of succession. So, but we have learned a little bit more Mughal region with the other rulers. We can mention that one. The Mughals did not believe in the rule of the primogeniture, okay, where the eldest son inherited his father's estates. Instead, they followed the Mughal and Timurid customs of the conspiracy, inheritance of the division of the inheritance among all the son. They are not follow the line, okay, and they follow the who have the power. Who they are the winners, we can say. Okay, follow the highlights passage in table number first and note the evidence for the rebellions by the Mughal princes. Which do you think are fairer divisions of the inheritance and pre-mountaineers of or the conspiracy? So they all are believe in the conspiracy. Okay, Akbar not giving any, not doing any conspiracy. Okay, but Jahangir also, Shah Jahan, then Aurangzeb, and then again Akbar second. They all are involved into capture the succession. Okay, now the Mughal relation with the other rulers, which type of the relations they have. So we learn about. Take a look at the table number 1. Once again, you will notice that the Mughal rulers campaigned constantly against rulers who refused to accept their authority. So we know about that one, their dominating nature, and they capture such type of the territory, the states who are not joining them. Okay, so but as the Mughals became the powerful, many other rulers also joined them voluntarily. Okay, they accept their powers, you can say. The Rajput are a good example of this. Many of them married their daughters into Mughal family and received a high position, but many resented as well as. Okay, so who are they? Okay, who received their friendship in very good manner. Mughal marries with the Rajputs, we can learn. The mother of the Jahangir was a Kachwaha princess, daughter of the Rajput ruler of Amer, okay, modern day Jaipur. The mother of Shah Jahan was a Rathore princess, daughter of the Rajput ruler of Marwar. So Jodhpur and Jaipur, they are accepted there with the family relation, we can say, okay, the matrimonial relations with them. And I will show you, yes, Akbar's image. And she was a Mariam Uzzamani, sometimes we can say, yeah, you can say Jodhabai, okay, and sometimes she called Harakkabai, the Kachwahan race princess, okay, and one more thing, what to mention here, yes, the Shah Jahan's mother, that is the Rathore princess, that name was Jagat Gosai, okay, but sometimes it was also a little bit controversial. She also called Jodhabai. Okay, but we have only one Jodhabai, that is called Harakkabai, that is called Mariam Uz Jamani. Okay. Now, the Sisodia Rajput of Mewar refused to accept Mughal authority for a long time. Once defeated, however, they were honorably treated by the Mughals, given their lands Watan back as the assignments Watan Jagir. The careful balance between the defeating but not humiliating their opponents enabled to the Mughals to extend their influence over many kings and Egyptians, but it was difficult to keep this balance all the time. Look at the table first. Again, note the Aurangzeb insulted Shivaji when he came to the accept Mughal authority. What was the consequences of this insult? So the insult consequences was Aurangzeb was busy in the Deccan, okay, and the Satnami revolt, Jat revolt also there. Ahom also raised their power. Okay, so very interesting. The incident of Shivaji and Aurangzeb, between the Shivaji and Aurangzeb. Okay, Shivaji gone in Agra, and he was captured by Aurangzeb's army. But after some time, he was released. Yeah, not we can say released. He was escaped from there. Okay, and in 1674, he reached where in Maharashtra, and he became independent ruler. So that is the direct challenge of the Aurangzeb. So that's why Aurangzeb was busy in the Deccan. Okay. So Mansabdari and Jagirdari system. So which type of the systems they have imposed? Yeah, you can say how they can run their government. We learn little bit about that one. As the example expand to the encompass different regions, the Mughals recruited delivers bodies of the people from a small nucleus of the Turkish nobles, that is called Turanis. They expanded to include Iranis, Indian Muslims, Afghans, Rajputs, Marathas, and other groups. Those who joined the Mughal service were called, yeah, enrolled as the Mansabdar. They are called Mansabdar. So we can say in this time, Mansabdar just like a governor of the particular Subas. Suba also there. Subas had called Subedar. Okay. So Mansabdar also there. Earlier we learned about the Iqtidars, who started by who's Iltutmish. Iltutmish started Iqtidari system. Mansabdari system started by Akbar. Okay. Because the earlier ruler Babur and Humayun have no time to establish such type of the system. So Akbar started that one. The term Mansabdar refer to individuals who hold a mansab, meaning a position or rank. That is called a designation. It was a grading system used by the Mughals to fix their rank, salary, and military responsibility. Okay, they are the three things. And salary was the determined by the numerical value called Japt, yeah, Jat. That is called Jat. Which one called? That is called Jat. How many Jats they have? They have, we can say, the 400 Jats. The rank is there, okay? And Mansabdari system also. Salary also fixed. And the higher than the Jat, the more prestigious was the noble's position on the court, and the larger is salary. Just like Rahim Khane Khana. Rahim, the son of Behram Khan. Just like Man Singh, the son of Bharmal. Okay. The Mansabdari military responsibility required him to maintain a specified number of the Sawar of the cavalrymen, that is the Ghudsawar. The Mansabdar brought the cavalrymen from the review, got them registered, their horse branded, and they received money to pay them as a salary. So they can pay direct salary. Okay. So they have the branded horse. Arabi horse was very famous there. Mansabdar received their salaries as the revenue assignment called the Jagirs, which was somewhat like Iktas. Okay, just like I mentioned earlier. Just like Ikta means a part of land giving to the particular person. Okay, you are the subedar of that particular thing. Okay, particular region, a particular area, and you can giving to a revenue for king for that particular areas. Okay, but unlike the Muktis, most Mansabdar did not actually reside in the determine their jagirs. They only had right to revenue of their assignments, which was collected by them by their servants while the so we learn about here. Yeah, Mansabdar themselves served in the some other part of the country. So they can divide to the different subas. Okay. In Akbar's reign, their jagirs were carefully assessed. So assessed to their revenue was roughly equal to the salary of the Mansabdar. By Aurangzeb reign, this was no longer the case, and actual revenue collected was often less than the granted sum. There was also a huge increase in the number of the mansabdars, which meant a long wait before they received a jagir. They and other factors created a shortage in the number of the jagir. As a result, many jagirdar tried to extract as much revenue as possible while they had a jagir. So it is you can say just like if you earn more money, yeah, more revenue, so you can got a jagir. So that is the competition type, you can say. As a result, many jagirdar tried to extract. Okay, Aurangzeb was unable to control these developments in the last years of the reign, and the peasantry therefore suffered tremendously. Okay, so it is not good for the it was not good for that who's in the point of view of the farmer, because they are captured more revenue. Yeah, they are receiving more revenue from the peasants. Okay, so that's why the system of mansabdari was good for the only the Akbar's time, but after the Aurangzeb time, it was the subas was also increased. And one more interesting thing, the subas was generally in Akbar time we can say only 16 is there. Okay, but after the Aurangzeb time, he was increased to more than 33. Okay, so that's why also the problem he faced. So we learn about Jat and Jamidar, Japt and Jamidar in the next video. Okay, thank you.